Hello, welcome to my video. This video will cover several serious incidents which have happened on the server recently on Domination Server 2021. The first one we'll cover is the Onions pedo rumours. The second being the bullying of Douglas. Thirdly, we'll cover Remy's unfair removal from the admin team. And lastly, and number 4, we will cover DS move to a new name. Overview of the Onions incident. It is alleged by the people who write the report that Onions attempted to get with a 13-year-old DS player called DeLacy. Below is a screenshot of the overview report, which is 13 pages and goes into quite a lot of details and gives a lot of sources to their claims. Who wrote the report? This is key, as the authors on the report aren't exactly the authors who wrote it. The report lead writer was Douglas, who was assisted by Turtle, Porky and Chewbacca. This is a very important factor about the claim. All were former DS staff. Key claims of the report. Onions friended a player called DeLacy. This is not in dispute by any party. DeLacy and Onions were friends. DeLacy was a 13-year-old girl and Onions is much older. This is disputed that DeLacy was not a girl according to Hyphen and was a 17-year-old boy from Queensland. Onions gave special rewards to DeLacy. It is true that DeLacy did become an admin, not through the proper channels, and was shortcutted thanks to a friendship with Onions. Key claims of part 2. Onions made sexual advances to DeLacy. Nobody at all has any evidence of that. Onions then turned on DeLacy and removed her from the community. This is a proven fact, as it goes in the report. Onions and DeLacy no longer talk, are no longer friends. DeLacy doesn't play the community, nor does Onions. Arguments against the claims of the report. According to Hyphen, DeLacy isn't even a girl, as we previously said. It may not be, but the majority of people are saying she was a girl, but it's not known for certain. Important fact of this is DeLacy has not made a complaint at all. She hasn't even asked anyone to make this report. This was solely done off their own backs. This is an attack from people Onions has sacked/pushed out. This is very key. All the people writing the reports who are not DeLacy are former admins who were sacked by Onions. And if they weren't sacked, they were pushed on the plank and then they took the jump because they knew they were going to be sacked. These are serious allegations and it's important to take all the aspects into considerations. Why didn't the people come forward sooner? There's two things here. Let's go over the storyline. First, these people, apparently the incident has occurred and they've all witnessed it firsthand, even though there's no evidence really showing it. And then they didn't do anything until they were sacked 6 months later, then they brought it up. So either we're in two possibilities here of part 2. That they were sacked and unhappy and made up these allegations to get back at their former boss who pushed them off the plank, if not made them jump. And the second possibility is these people are seriously messed up. Who would wait 6 months if this was truly true to then make a complaint, let it happen and then bring it up afterwards? So either these people are completely making it up to get revenge, or their moral compass is so fucked up that it's an affront to common decency that they let this happen to protect their online position. The people who made the report, either way, are disgraceful. And it's most likely on the balance of possibilities that because they were sacked and the timeline and DeLacy wasn't complaining, based on the balance of probabilities, and each person is open to make up their own mind as no one is an expert, that it probably did not happen. It was harsh rumours. Let's look at the effect of the report, because it did have a big effect. Onions outright quit the server within a month. He was upset. Everyone made jokes about it. This was on top of the insult jokes which were already going at him, and this is a player who'd put in 1,000+ hours of programming and doing good for the server, pushed out by low-ranking admins who just wanted to climb the rank. It's rather disgusting. Hyphen, his partner, who worked with Onions and put in half the hours, which Onion put in with him, to build the server up from nothing, poured all the maps from CSS, was so upset that his partner was bullied out, he emptied all the server's money into a charity. That's how angry he was. In the end, a former admin, Magix, then came back, who was a previous head admin, and agreed to retake over the server. And because of the instability, he wants to rename the server so it's in his name, so there's no history. So the effects of this report have been long-reaching, but it has led to the second incident, the overall Douglas incident, because Douglas, remember, was the primary writer of that report. Now, alleged in this report was Douglas was bullied by his real-life friends from school who allegedly were assisted by Magix. Key claims to this report. Magix took over from Onions. Yes, just to be clear, Magix talks to Onions every day and believes Onions is innocent. This is a true fact. Magix is outraged at what happened to Onions, and he's obviously upset with everyone who was involved in making the report. Douglas was attacked and doxed by his real-life friends on DS. This happened, no one's disputing it. These friends were rewarded by Magix for the attack with a treehouse pass. Now this is in dispute, and what is stated here is for giving the docs information to Magix. Magix gave them a treehouse pass because somehow Magix got to know that these were Douglas' friends through a game of Rust and chopping down trees and whatever they do in their free time. Point being of the story is, these people, these friends of Douglas, they released Douglas' information, and at the same concurrent time, Magix gave them VIP, and the screenshots show Magix message Douglas as good another person in the docs file. Magix says he's aware of the incidents, but he doesn't. He wasn't part of it. Anthony and Chiswell attempted to cover up after the fact. This is out without dispute. Anthony tried to shut down the thread, and Chiswell has outright lied about basic information regarding the tree pass. When you think of the words Chiswell or Anthony, particularly Chiswell, think liar, can't be trusted, kiss ass. Magix said he was innocent. That's the argument again. The tree pass was accidentally given, was Magix's claim. Chiswell said there was no VIP given, which screenshots have disproven since this report has been written. Truth/effects of the incident. Chiswell lied openly in a cover-up. Yes, that is true. Chiswell equal liar. On the balance, VIP is expensive. We're going back to the tree part. VIP is expensive and rarely given out, and never for free. So based on that evidence, it's most likely that these in real life friends of Douglas, who were now hating on Douglas and hanging out with Magix, probably was a tick for tack-toe, because there was no reason to give him a VI. Why would you give him $100 worth of stuff, especially when the server's got no money? So on the balance of possibility, it probably was a tick for tack comment, but each person can bring their own. The doxies, who don't play the server anyway, they only played Rust with Magix, are all now banned off the server. So that is what it is. And in this case, because in the previous case Onions was the true victim, in this case Douglas is the victim. He's got all his information out online, and it's disappointing if it's been assisted by higher ranking admins to get back at a former admin. If it's getting back at his previous head admin. What a clusterfuck. The usual thing we expect. But usually the admin team isn't even this fucked up. This is fucked up on fucked upness. Just outright power hungry losers. Each one just like that pink name Chiswell there. Let's go into the Remy incident. This is just to show how Magix operates himself. The Remy incident. Remy was, and overall with the incident, Remy was removed for saying cool. And this is a story, we're not going to break it down as much. So Magix was returning to Australia from an overseas adventure. He posted a picture of his 14-day quarantine into the DS Discord. Remy replied with the word cool. Remy admits that he was being a little sarcastic. Someone else, I can't give that someone else a colour because you don't know, replied with okay, also being sarcastic. Chiswell, his name again, it's surprising when Standall, there's him. As the PU leader, he's the number one most complained about admin as well. Just take it as what it is. Chiswell demanded Remy say sorry. Okay, and Remy sort of agreed, and Remy said sorry to Chiswell, and he made an open apology, so all the other admins can see. But the best part about this story is, after saying sorry, in the same day, he was still pushed out / bullied by Magix until he left the team. This is what a power vacuum, a pyramid of clusterfuck, kiss-assing this admin team is. And Magix is one of the worst offenders, and now he's at the top, and he's got major kiss-asses at the next level below him. This is what we're gonna see. Bullshit like this. Bullshit after bullshit. A bunch of senior admins who only play Rust and do very little, and have taken Magix and Hyphen stuff while abusing their name and blaming them for everything, is now controlling like fucking microcontrollers. The new server story. This is where it gets better. Magix is going to rebrand the server. He hasn't done much. He hasn't made anything, but he's going to rebrand it. Now, we only know this because a super secret admin meeting was called. PU wasn't invited and was top secret. Everyone must come. And the audio was leaked, and you should have heard the amount of kiss-assing. Outrageous. Anyway, it was leaked by an admin called Crispy. Crispy got caught because he didn't edit the video. Ironically, he gave it to Douglas, who then leaked it to the PU, who then published a video, because there shouldn't be secrecy. And the point of the major two claims in this admin meeting was Hyphen had donated all the server money to autism awareness before leaving. A little bit longer, Hyphen was taking some money for food, but then he paid that money back, and then he gave it to autism. So there's no offence, and he was still head. So obviously he left in anger. To consolidate power and to remove all the history, Magix is going to rename the DS server to Oceanic. It's a classic move, absolutely no reason to move the server. It's just Magix solely wants to consolidate power. He doesn't want any of the story. He wants to be like, I built this. And the truth is, he took over of something which was already built, and now he doesn't attend to it much, and he rules it like an iron fist. Now, the next bit is really cool. Hopefully it flies in all at the same time. Because thanks for watching the video. Ching ching.